Alright, folks. Longwolf Customs, record build, blah, blah, blah. Got a stick welder. It's not a Lincoln like I was wanting, but it's a Craftsman and it seems to do alright. Still got to get freaking rods. Another thing is, you see there's lights on in here. And I'm not running the drop cord. So I haven't really got a lot done on the darn truck because, I got power down here. So I can run welders. Oh, y'all ain't never seen it, but got an air compressor. Not that one. Yeah, I've been accumulating stuff for when I have power, but I hadn't had power. So I got this thing. It's a cool little welder. It seems to work. I'll have to play with it to get used to how it wants to work, but because it's old. I have accomplished some on the truck. I got the last bit of frame cut off of this thing. I got the U-bolts cut off. Unfortunately, I tried to save them, but I could not get them to break loose. I put heat to them and everything. I could not get them to budge. Used the impacts, big ass pry bar, everything. Could not get the things to move, so I ended up just cutting them. That end of the leaf spring's actually attached. Works fine. This end ain't attached yet, but two of the bolt holes actually line up. These two in here line up, so I'll put bolts through there. Use the torch to blow the holes back here. Put bolts through there, and then when I actually go to weld, I'll weld that thing completely in solid, both sides. Only thing I changed between the original design and this is I added a tab to the damn nut. Because that's a pain in the ass area to get to. And yeah, it'll be a big problem if the bolt seizes inside the sleeve. But if the bolt seizes in the sleeve, ain't enough room to turn that stupid thing any damn way. So at that point, you just cut it off. But, it works. And I put the tab there, and I can just stick the darn thing there and throw the impact to it, and she's tight. There's one of the panels that I cut. It goes up there. The other one's laying down there. It goes across the ass. Oh. But it's coming along. If I offended anybody with yesterday's video, I'm sorry. Or it wasn't yesterday. It'd been 3 videos ago? 3 record videos ago. So it'd been 3 weeks ago. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. This is shortly after I made that one. But I got wound up. But second bottle of oxygen. I've used one whole bottle of oxygen, and now I'm on the second, and I'm still pretty much on the first bottle of propane. So that gives you an idea of what kind of using rate you're looking at. I was afraid this thing was actually going to sit lower in the ass because that mount don't swing down as low as those do. But the thickness of these springs and everything, I'm thinking the ass might actually be taller than it would originally have been. Won't know until I actually get it in there. Of course, if it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. It really doesn't freaking matter in the big picture of things. But I gotta torch those off. And then they gotta move out 1 inch. So I gotta torch them, grind it smooth, move them out 1 inch, which technically I'll torch them, grind them smooth, and then stick the rear end where it belongs underneath there and measure and measure and measure and measure and measure. Make sure I get it right. And then come in and tack weld them really good, and then pull the rear end back out, and then full bore weld the piss out of them. And I got to make sure I get my pinion angle right too, which I've got a gauge thing you stick on them to check your pinion angle, so I can do that. That drive shaft's pretty well useless, but because I torched it anyways, it's a 2-piece, and I want to run a 1-piece in here, which may make it more of a pain in the ass or not. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to. This video is not brought to you by Mountain Dew, but if Mountain Dew sees this video, holler at me. Y'all can send me a bunch of Mountain Dews, and I'll broadcast you a little bit more. But if you don't, you know, that is what it is. But yeah, that's what I've been doing today. You know, I got porch lights, I got interior lights, I got actual 220 and actual real power down here. It feels so weird because I've not had it forever. But it's coming up. You know, it took me a week to do the electrical because I had to do the box, and I had to run the cable, and then I had to get all the parts to hook up the shit and everything else and get everything hooked up so it's actually right. Now, the wiring in the garage ain't right, but that's my next step. Everything coming to the garage is correct. Actually, there's 4 breakers between main power and the garage, or the item being used. There's 4 breakers between there and here. So it's actually overkill. The trailer don't even have that many. It only has 3. But, you know, it's a little overkill, but I have power. And it's built to code. It's just the garage itself ain't wired to code because I have to buy wire. So I'm going to buy wire and do that. Honestly, by the time you see this, it'll probably already be done. Well, God bless. Thanks for watching. Weather's been crap, so I've been having to do what I can do when I can do it. So trying to get this accomplished today because I think it's going to rain tomorrow. All right. See you.